What's going on, all my Arsenal fans, all my Mesut Ozil lovers? It is the Man Like Poet, and we're here at Arsenal Nation, and it's a show that we do every single month, and it's the same procedure. I'm here, decent here, with two wonderful people, and guess who's back for the third time? He has got that hat-trick. It is Man Like Daniel. Not going to upset you, Mum. From North London is Red. Come on, son. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Happy to have my hat-trick. First hat-trick, like our man Mesut Ozil.
Also, we have a wonderful young lady here with us today. We have the beautiful, the incredibly talented, from Soccer AM Online. It is Laura! What's going on, girl?
Hiya. Thanks for having me.
Now, everyone knows here at Arsenal Nation, I think in the world we all know, that Mesut Ozil is like a brother to me, like a cousin. I love that boy dearly. He's a fantastic player. The question is, though, where does he rank in the world's best players? Daniel, talk to me, man. I mean, I love this man.
Yeah, so do I. I mean, look, if you take out Messi and Ronaldo, which you have to do when you're being objective and looking at the best players in the world, then all that's left is Mesut Ozil. And that's it. Wrap up. End of show. Let's just go home. If you look at just general technical quality in the world outside of the top two players, who has got the skills like Mesut? Who can caress a ball the way Mesut does? Who can?
Laura, why don't you answer? Who can? Because surely, if he was the man that could caress the ball like that, we'd be getting some top quality performances in games like Middlesbrough when it's 0-0 and we just need a goal in the last minute, or we need someone to do a fantastic blinding pass. Surely those are the games where you stand up and say, I am Mesut Ozil.
Yeah, firstly, it's far too early in the morning for a word like caress to be thrown around here in that manner, although I did appreciate it. My problem with Mesut, I mean, I love him dearly and I don't want to upset anybody in this room because I know this might a little bit. My problem with him is consistency. Like you mentioned Middlesbrough, that's the time when he needs to really sort of up his game, and we want, if he was a world-class player, and if we could rank him up amongst the world's best, those are the kind of games where he needs to come on and make a difference. And I think in terms of what he's done for Arsenal, he's absolutely standout. I just don't know that he ranks among the world's best yet.
Yet, 28 years old, good-looking, world champion, an individual that I feel clearly sometimes takes the game by the scruff of his neck when he's ready. Dan, does he do it consistently, though? Laura doesn't think he does. And you're talking about a man that was clearly Arsenal's best player last season. What more does he need to do to convince Laura? We're all here to convince Laura.
Look, you can take 1, 2, 3, 4 matches out of any season and say, look, he didn't perform in there, so that means he's not consistent. If he does it 5, 6 matches in a row, sure. But if you look at the matches all before Middlesbrough, that's consistency. I mean, everyone has an off day. The whole team had an off day. And if you look at Mesut Ozil, we take consistency. Look at what he did at Real Madrid in the same time that he's been at Arsenal for the last sort of 3 and a bit years. He's in his 4th season. He has matched what he did at Real Madrid. And look what he did against Swansea when he was substituted. He came off and he's looking around all the players, telling them to fight. This is someone who's added something to his game. He's added a bit of grit, a bit of steely determination.
I mean, this is a perfect time to be talking about Mesut Ozil. The Ballon d'Or nominations have just come out. He's not in there. I am furiously fighting for the fact that I believe he should have been in there. It's a funny one. How much quality comes through from the team that are around you? If you look at some of the nominations just from the Premier League alone, the fact that Mahrez is in there and Vardy are in there, is that just because they won the Premier League? Obviously, Mahrez is a different kettle of fish, PFA Player of the Year. But again, you know, it wasn't Ozil.
Considering the fact that Mesut Ozil had a really good start to the season last year, a huge amount of assists before Christmas, not so many after Christmas. If he continues his good form into the next season and Arsenal win the league, does he then get nominated for a Ballon d'Or?
Well, if you look at the people that have been nominated, it seems to be that you have to win titles or you have to win cups or something like that to be nominated for it. But he's done this in the past. You know, he's a World Cup winner, European Cup winner, 2 FA Cups with Arsenal alone, the first one in his first season. It's a really tricky argument to make with old Mesut. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, Thierry Henry. That's what I'm going to say. Thierry Henry, in an invincible squad, you know, top scorer. I mean, and he didn't win. He didn't win the Ballon d'Or. I mean, I don't think you can look at that and just say, look, Ballon d'Or is where it's at. That's how we judge whether a player is world class or in that world class bracket.
So you've heard what we've had to say here at Arsenal Nation. You've heard Laura's arguments. You've heard Daniel's arguments. Sorry, man. I want you lot now at home, use your fingers, type some comments and let us know what you think about Mesut Ozil. Will he win a PFA Player of the Year? Will he win a Ballon d'Or? Mate, will he win the Premier League? What will he win? Leave a comment, let us know as we now move on to a point that is really close to my heart. Not as close as Mesut Ozil, but it's very close. Tottenham Hotspur. What means more to you? Beating them or finishing above them? We start off with the wonderful Laura.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so my...
I've done it, yes!
I know,
you started with me!
I must have done well on the last answer. No, I think, for me, you need to beat everyone in the league. It's not just Tottenham. I just think you've got to beat everyone. We want to win the league this year. The one thing I'd say about Tottenham is it's only really in the last season, this season, that they've really become title contenders in everybody's eyes, I think. And for me, on an individual basis, I would just love it. I would just love to beat them. It was difficult last year, 2 draws in the Premier League. That was difficult for me, just in terms of the Premier League, if that's what we're talking about. I think you've got to want to beat them. And those are the kind of points that if they'd have taken advantage of last season, they would have finished above us eventually. So I think you've got to take it a game-by-game basis. And you've got to beat them just on that one-off and hope that by the end of the season you've done enough elsewhere to eventually finish above them and actually take the title.
So what are you saying, Laura? It's more important to beat them
Yep.
than to finish above them?
Yep.
Oh, my
Right.
Lord. Please, Daniel, take us to church. I can't believe what I'm hearing right now.
Well, I like that you say take it to church because there are 6 main religious festivals in the world that everyone knows.
Where are we going?
Christmas, Eid, Hanukkah, Diwali, Easter, and St. Totteringham's Day.
My Lord, that was biblical.
A gift from God himself, Dennis Bergkamp, 1995. We have not finished behind them since 1995.
So, I mean, how important is the North London derby now? Because a couple of weeks ago, Arsenal played Chelsea, and I tell you what, that was extremely vibey. Everyone was going absolutely crazy and created an immense and intense atmosphere. Surely the likes of Wenger's relationship with Mourinho, does that make the Arsenal-Manchester United game a bigger game?
You know, when Mourinho was at Chelsea, I loved that Mourinho-Wenger thing. I loved what it brought out in Wenger. I've always wanted to see more of his feisty side, and I think if Mourinho can bring it out by whatever way he wants to, a specialist in failure, whatever he wants to do, I love it. I love it when they're on the sidelines and they have that little ruckus where they're running into each other. I just think it's great what Mourinho brings out in Wenger. That's my favourite thing.
North London derbies are just so special that Tottenham could be languishing in the bottom half of the table. We could be flying high, just like we did in 2004 when we went unbeaten. They were a rubbish team, but they still drew 2-2. And I think it's because in those games, they are like, it's a cliche, but they are like cup finals. Everything goes out the window, all form. We could be on a 50-match winning streak, and they could be on a 50-match losing streak. And you go into that, and we could have better players. They could be a Sunday League team, and we would be evenly matched. Well, they are a Sunday League team to me, but they could be evenly matched because Tottenham, Arsenal, and it makes me feel a bit ill to say Tottenham out loud, but those 2 teams, there's just something special about it. Everything goes out the window. So I think you look at the fixture list, all Gooners and all Tottenham fans as well, that's the match they look for. When is the North London derby?
You've heard what we had to say there, Arsenal fans. Let us know how you feel. Is it more important to beat Spurs or to finish above them? Or maybe you want to do both, I don't know. Leave a comment about absolutely anything and let us know as we now move on to In Case You Missed It. And I'll tell you what, social media and Arsenal have gone hand in hand. It has gone mental. Because guess who's coming down to our training ground? None other than the world star himself. Man like Justin Bieber, cuz out here with Chamberlain on Chamberlain's Twitter. You got Justin Bieber praying for better days. Hopefully I meet Justin Bieber one day and Mesut Ozil. That is my dream. If I can get that picture, I've won. All right, from one music star to a golf star. Andrew Johnston with man like Aaron Ramsey and a cuz at the game. Hashtag beef, bruv, but no problems. It's all love when they meet up at the Arsenal ground. You get me? The next one is for the person you know I love. You know I love him. Man like Mesut Ozil, but guess what? Other people love him as well. And they made a montage video for Mesut Ozil with a bag of people saying, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Hey. Happy birthday to you. All right, and last, but by no means least, Adam Richman from Man v Food. Tottenham fan. Bigging up man like Chamberlain, cuz. I tell you what, no matter what, every Spurs fan, there's a hidden Arsenal love inside all of you. And this is living proof.
It's awesome. And I have to admit, As a diehard Tottenham supporter, it breaks my heart that Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is such a nice guy. He's sitting right behind me, and it kills me to admit that he's such a nice guy.
That was in case you missed it. And remember, if you feel like we've missed absolutely anything, hit us up on the official Twitter, and most importantly, beneath this video, leave a comment just so we can stay on top of things as we now move on to the back four. The part of the show where we ask the two wonderful guests 4 questions and they have 60 seconds to answer. Can we put the timer on? 60 seconds. Are you ready, boys and girls?
Yes, ready.
Yes.
Yes, ready. You sound like a bashment tune. Go on, Lara. Carnival special. All right, you ready? Go! Kostafi, is the partnership better than you expected?
Yeah, loved it. Always had promise. Favourite signing was Staffy. Love him on the pitch and off the pitch.
Rather hubristically, I'm going to say no, it's everything I expected. I knew they'd be this good.
Woo! Well, excuse me, Mr. Dan. All right, next question. Which celebrity would you like to see in an Arsenal shirt?
This is a weird one. I'm going to go posthumous. I'm going to say David Bowie because I love him.
Lionel Messi, he's a celebrity. It counts.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hear anything against it. Lionel Messi.
I'll say Kim Kardashian. Anyway, favourite North London derby memory?
I'm going to go for my first Arsenal-Tottenham 96-97 season, I think it was. Amazing Tony Adams, and then followed by Dennis Bergkamp.
We're running out of time, Laura!
It's got to be 2-2. Invincible year. They thought that the draw stopped us from winning the title, but we won it at the lane again.
Marks out of 10 for the season so far?
10, 100% 10.
9.
Well done. Give yourselves a round of applause. I thought we weren't going to do it. We'll get into the end. I was sweating. Oh, mate, but we actually done it. Well done. Look, first of all, can I just say a massive thank you for the man that's got the hat-trick. It is man like Daniel.
Thanks for having me.
Well done, Daniel boy.
And this young lady is her first time here, but I feel like it's going to be the first of many. Big shout out to Laura.
Thank you for having me. Loved it.
And I'm that wonderful individual, well, wonderful is subjective because some people may not like me, especially if you support Spurs. As I'm an Arsenal fan, a Mesut Ozil lover, and a member of the Arsenal Nation. Make sure you tune in every single time and always leave comments and tell us what we should be included in the show. Until next time, love your mum, love your dad, and love Mesut. Take care, people.
Come on, you gooners, subscribe. I keep saying subscribe. So.